We're live. We're live, Drip. We're hot. We're live, and we're late, and we apologize. That's all. That's on Drip. But there's a reason why.
My fault.
But there's a reason why. Show the people. Turn that music down too.
Working on the cover up for the old tattoo.
That's right.
It's not really a cover up. It's more of like it's gonna be more like this part of the Triforce and the wings and stuff are staying, but instead of being like red and stuff like that, it's gonna have like it's basically how do I explain it? It's a Twilight Princess kind of a theme. I have a picture I can show that's much better. So if you see these.
Oh shit, I'm an idiot, Drip.
What?
I'm an idiot. Thanks, Power Matt, for reminding me. I'm stupid. This is it's a unlisted stream right now. Fuck, do I have to remake this? Why can't I just change it? There we go, unlisted, public, done. Okay, let me know if it's public now. It should be public, but let me know. That's my bad. Wait, distracted thing. We're late. Things. That's my bad. Okay, yeah, we're live. I just heard a notification on my phone. There we go. And we're live. Sorry about that. Drip was telling us why he was late.
Oh yeah. Working on new tattoo. It's hard to see right now because there's like barely any of the outline work done on the new top and the new bottom, and then it's gonna go all the way up into my fingers, like all the way up into here. But it's gonna be more that like digital looking, like 8-bit looking edge, like it's in Twilight Princess. Like here, look. Okay, so the inside, all of the inside is gonna look like that. That's what it will look like.
It's gonna be dark black like that too, like the whole surrounding.
Yes,
head.
the background will be black as hell.
Isn't that gonna turn blue over time though?
No.
It's gonna stay black?
Yeah. I would turn blue.
I've seen tattoos that don't age very well, especially the solid color one. That's why.
Well, I mean, okay, that is probably a fair thing to say if you got your tattoo a long time ago. Inks are a completely. I'm very new to this too, as far as like current tattoos, but like inks have come a long way.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Long way.
I was gonna say because as far as I know, you're gonna live a long time, so you need to hold up.
Yeah.
But
Inks,
you mean
the
like
inks they use and like the things that they use now are miles better than what they were even when I was getting tattoos in my heyday. But yeah, it'll be black like this, but not. It won't be like blotchy like that. The edges will look more like this.
Okay.
It'll be like 8-bit, like you know how like the portals on Twilight Princess are when you look up in the sky and stuff like that. It's like that. That's what it'll look like.
Show the people one more time. We got people rolling in. Show them the tattoo.
Okay, I'll show the people one more time. So
here's what we got
started.
That's what I want to see.
Here's what we got started. We got a long way to go. I'm going back the 25th.
Nice.
Long way to go. We didn't get much of the fingers. He basically got enough to where most of our time today was like lining it up so that these lines go straight with where the top of the Triforce is, and this one goes straight with the little tail there.
Right.
Most of today was getting that lined up and making sure that all of the lines and stuff are going to be where they are. We have a ton left to do. But, so here's kind of what the final is going to look like. That's sort of what the final one's going to look like. It kind of fades from that teal into like a orange and then like a lighter orange. But it's not going to be all blotchy like that. The edges will be more like that, like this stuff. But then the inside, obviously you can already see the design is the same as this one here. There's just no color in it yet. But yeah, it's going to be a combination of those two.
Sick, man. All right, what's up, Power Mad? Thank you for being here early and also letting me know that I forgot to make the stream public. That's my bad. Joey Pitts, what's up, man? I'm going to get to your question in Discord in just a minute. Give me a minute here. Blue Moon, what's up? Good to see you. Good to have you. Joey Pitts.
Also.
Yeah. Dude's Monster, what's up?
While we're doing this, while I'm thinking about it, our boy Dude's a Monster is playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 tonight.
Happy birthday, Dude's a Monster.
Happy birthday. I am going to make sure that we are redirecting to him directly after this podcast. I'm going to do that right now so don't forget.
Go hang out with him. Drop him a follow, especially if you like Call of Duty content. He's been crushing it with Call of Duty.
Dude, Star Wars Battlefront 2 tonight. Have you seen what's going on with that game? It's coming back, like big. Like I think their player count right now on PC is higher than it was even in its prime.
So I've gotten fed multiple, not just one, but multiple Battlefront related videos in the past week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Unrelated, but my guess is it is related because of the resurgence of the game. But I've not been searching for it. It's just been showing up for me. And the one I watched of a guy trying to beat the original Battlefronts, like without dying or whatever, it was kind of lame.
The old ones?
Yeah, it was kind of lame because he was still dying. He had like technicalities. I'm like, no, dude, if you're gonna say you're gonna beat the game without dying, beat the game without dying. But I digress.
No death.
I digress.
Fight a lion with a stick or don't.
Exactly. And then I saw a different video you fed me yesterday. Dude was playing Battlefront, the original Battlefront, like Battlefront 1, but the remastered one from 2015. Playing that at 8K on his 5090.
Like the remake, or I guess it's the redo of the original Battlefront, yeah.
The remake of the original Battlefront.
Like the revamped.
Correct.
I don't know how you, it's not really
it's a remake.
I don't know, it's not a
remaster.
It's a remake, yeah.
It's a remake or remaster.
I don't know.
What else do you call these things? No, it's not.
I don't know. It wasn't the same game, though. It wasn't really a remake or remaster. It was like a reimagining. I don't know what you call it. Because it is the same franchise. It's like a reboot. A reboot. That's what it is. It's a reboot.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the point is that he played that game in 8K, and it was like, guys, just look at this. And his point was, if this came out today, this would be the best looking AAA game to come out today. And he's not wrong. The game looks insane. And like, I always knew how good it looked. And obviously I wasn't watching in 8K, I was watching in 4K on my TV.
Yeah.
But good Lord, Battlefront 2015 looks incredible. And of course, Battlefront 2 is no exception. It's the same idea. But those games have aged so well. They probably taste better now, or look better. Taste better? They look better now than they did back then.
I bet they taste better. I guarantee they taste better. Mega, the hand is sore.
What's up,
we are not finished
games?
yet. We're not finished yet. We barely got into it, man. We got a long way to go. It's a cover up / redo / integration. There's a lot going on here, so a lot of design work happened today, and a lot of placing and making sure things lined up. So we got some here, a little bit on my fingers just to get a start of it, and then this is all new here. But I'm sore. Going back to 25th.
Very cool. Guys, I dropped 2's Monsters link in the chat. Make sure to go follow it. Go click it and follow them. Coffees with Games has the Switch 2 in their hands. Excuse me, I have hiccups now. Show me proof, Coffees with Games. Proof.
Show me your dock.
Show me your dock. Switch 2 dock, specifically.
Yeah.
What's up, Mega?
Show me your big, powerful dock.
Yes, speaking of which, that's partially what we're talking about tonight. People have been showing us their dock from Mother Russia and other places around the world. They got the Switch 2, most likely nefariously.
Comrade G, of course you want to talk about Mother Russia.
Comrade Jeep has Switch 2. Show Americans, silly Americans, how to get Switch 2. You go in store, you smack a bitch, and you grab a store and you run. That's what you do. It's for what are they? What's the cause? It's for Russia, for Mother Russia.
Yeah, there you go.
Smacky beach
Comrade
and
Jeep
run.
In the house.
Smacky beach, steal and run. It's my motto.
Dude, my phone is gonna die during this podcast.
You know, it's like almost as if like you should have a charger near your computer.
I usually do. You know what? I need to pay. I need to just go pay. I think I have one more payment on this phone to just upgrade. I don't care about having a new phone. But what I do care about is USB-C. I'm done having one thing in my life that takes a different charger. Literally everything else takes USB-C now. All of it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I'm interested in an iPhone. I'm still, when I have the funds that is available to me, I probably will get an iPhone at some point. But I was holding out. I made a decision like years ago. Like since like the iPhone 12, I was like, I think it's time for me to go to iPhone again. But I have been unimpressed of what I've seen up until they finally did USB-C. Was it last year or 2 years ago? So I was like, I was never going to buy.
It was on the 14, right?
Yeah, I was never going to buy.
No, I'm sorry. 15.
15. I was never going to buy an iPhone without USB-C because I knew it was coming. I heard the rumors and I was like, man, like, Lightning is I mean, like it's small, but it's not that Lightning's bad. It's just that USB-C is the standard, and Apple this long, and it took them this long only because basically they were threatened to not be able to sell their phones in Europe.
Yeah.
So it's like Apple,
the Europe,
morons.
that Europe got them, and then they were like, "Well, fuck, we have to change it." They're still assholes about it. They have like
It's like the
USB-Cs
kid
on half their phone.
It's like the kid is tired, but the kid doesn't want to go to bed. And once you finally get the kid, after they put up a big fuss, they finally put them in bed, and they fall asleep immediately and are happy. It's like, bitch, I told you. Like, USB-C is better, Apple. Like, what's the fucking problem here? You're gonna make more money selling dongles and shit. Like, what's your problem? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, and at this point, back, and it wasn't even that long ago, really. I mean, USB-C's been like the standard for a minute, but it hasn't been like that. I've had things other than, my phone that took other chargers, but slowly but surely, all those things have left my life, and now it's like, if I see a cable laying around that's not USB-C, I usually just throw it away.
Turn music down again. For some reason, some of these songs are loud as shit. Yeah,
I think it's good, man. It's not even like, it may be loud to you. Can you turn that down for you? Because it's definitely not loud.
Well, right now it's not loud. Right now is the quiet part. Anyway, it's probably
it's
me.
Well below our voices.
It's probably
well
me.
below.
I look at the numbers. I have a number in mind where I like to have it. It's there right now. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, tonight we are speaking of the loose switches that are on the loose, running around Mother Russia. We're talking about.
Is that the only place they're at?
No, there are other places too. Pokemon Pizza. Pokemon Pizza has a date. We'll talk about the date as well as a Pokemon Presents on July 22nd. We'll talk about that and things that could apply to that.
Yeah, and I don't know a lot about any of this because I've been away.
We're gonna touch on Game Key Cards again because another revelation in Game Key Cards, and it's spoilers, not a good thing. They're bad. I'm gonna die in this hill about how everyone should be making a bigger deal about how bad these things are instead of just like, oh, it's fine, G. What's the worry? I can sell them.
Everyone should just give in and go to digital. Just give in. Stop.
It's like I'm going from the light side to the dark side. I'm like, Palpatine's got me,
Yeah.
And of course, we'll talk about
the dark side.
That's right. And the implications here about what we've seen so far of the Switch 2 getting out, and we got a nice little show planned about the Switch 2. Thank you. By the way, guys, happy 7 Days Eve. You know what happens in 7 days?
Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. This time next week, we're going to be going to pick up our Switches. I'm going to pay the rest of my shit off tomorrow morning. So excited.
Congratulations, Trip. But yeah, it's Switch Week Eve.
Oh, my God. Dude.
Can't believe it, man. Super excited.
That's so exciting.
That's right. Mega Boy gave you that $9.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that $9 put us, right over the edge. So
you won't see that $9 for another month, but you got it.
That's fine. We know it's coming. That's all I need to know. I know it's gonna be there when I need it most in a month.
That's right. Okay, Mr. Drip, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Can you feel it, Mr. Grabs? Can you feel it? Guys, if you've not liked the stream already, please do so. It would really help us out. Oh yeah, Joey Pitts. Before we do, Joey Pitts ask a question in Discord. I'm going to quickly touch on this because we'll make quick work of this question. Where is it at? It's a better question. Where is it at? New episode chat. Joey Pitts, what was your comment on Discord? I thought it was like right here, but it's not where I thought it was. Q&A. There it is. Okay. All right. So he says, well, boys, first game was Echo Wisdom. It was fun, but Breath of the Wild is a game it's been a game that I'm addicted to for I can't speak. But Breath of the Wild is a game in a long while that I'm addicted to. He's saying that he's got addicted to Breath of the Wild. This game is amazing. Okay, I'm just going to skip to the thing because I can't read right now. Question number 1, are all Zelda games connected or are they all separate? Canon confuses me. Drip is a better one to answer that one.
So yes and no. They are all connected loosely in a timeline, and events from one do affect the others, but not in the way that you think. They are not like, oh, can't wait to see what happens next in the Zelda saw. It's not like that. They're like hundreds of years apart, thousands of years apart. Most of the time, the Links and Zeldas aren't even the same people. They're reincarnations of the hero or all the other people, the Ganons. They're not the same people. So yes, they are connected in a timeline because of Skyward Sword and the events of that game, but it's more of a curse that keeps occurring over time than like a sequel of a game. Like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are direct sequels. They deal with the same Link, same Zelda, same Hyrule, same everything. And then you have a few other games that do that. You have Majora's Mask Link is the same as Ocarina of Time Link. The Wind Waker Link has a few DS games. Spirit Tracks and what's the other one called? I don't know. Anyway, those are connected. And then Link to the Past is the same as Link's Awakening. And then I don't know. There's a few more I think that are connected.
The quick answer is no. Each game is not directly connected unless they are a direct sequel, which a few of them are. And even in that case, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, there's a lot of like weird loose ends that they didn't directly connect for whatever reason. But yeah, they're not
because they leave it up to the player to interpret for themselves.
Yeah. If you didn't play one and you go to play the other, you're not missing out on anything. That's what's the important part here, is that you could play any Zelda game at any point from any timeline, any time in any timeline, and you're not going to miss out. It's not like you need no information. It'd be better. It'd be better if you just look up the lore of the games, but then that involves spoiling the endings for you, and care about honestly, that sort of stuff. But no,
this is not a
play whatever game you want whenever you want.
Situation.
No,
not an MCU situation.
Other questions are much quicker. How do you kill Lionel? With a stick. And number 3, I've only revived the elephant thingy, and now I'm on the other. However, enemies seem to have ramped up. How do I get stronger? Get hearts, bro. Get hearts.
Get hearts and cook.
Make meals. Yeah.
Cook meals that will give you. And not only can you make yourself stronger and give you extra hearts, you can like literally make yourself stronger. Like you can have attack power up with some of the meals. Go do a YouTube search on best meals in Breath of the Wild. You'll find everything you need to know.
Do all the shrines you can, because each shrine you do is 1/4 of a heart, and then once you get 4, you can make a whole heart, and the hearts make you stronger. Your skills make you better.
No, you get the what are they called? You can get a heart, but you don't get pieces of heart for the shrines. You get the whatever they are, the things. You get 4 of them, and then you can go turn them in for a heart or a stamina vessel.
That's exactly what I said. Minus, I said pieces of heart, which I know they're not pieces of hearts, but same.
They're like
exact thing. Just I don't know, orbs. Forget.
Yes. Oh my God. Spirit orbs? No.
Yeah.
Is that what they are?
I think they're spirit orbs. Yeah. Spirit orbs. Pieces of heart, spirit orbs. It's the same idea, because each the only thing you can do with the orb is get a heart. So I call them pieces of hearts because.
No, you could get some stamina if you want it.
Oh, that's right. That's true. You can upgrade your stamina that way too.
You can pick one.
You're
can do
right.
One or the other.
Actually, G, but they're not pieces of hearts.
Actually, sorry to tell you, you can actually get 2 things with them. You can pick, and you can trade them out if you want. If you go to the right statue.
Nerd. And Jeff answered very well in the Discord as well. Guys, if you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. You can ask us questions. We'll answer them. Sometimes incorrectly. But by the way, you don't kill Lionel with a stick. You just got to get good, son. It's upgrade your weapons. Get better weapons.
Yeah, learn how to do the what's the
parry.
thing?
You got to flurry rush and parry.
Flurry rush and parry. Yeah, you got to learn how to parry with your shield, and you got to learn the timing to get the flurry rush so you can get in and get some good hits. Yeah. And you got to make sure when it's down that you go jump on its back and ride it, hit it in the back of the head.
Smash.
Yeah. Also, another good tip is if it's lighting the ground on fire, use that fire to raise yourself up in the air with your sail, and then get up in the air and do slow-mo bow hits to the face. So that's also
bow hits to the face.
Nice tactic. Bow hits to the face. Nowhere else. Don't hit him in the booty. Hit him in the face.
All right, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Welcome everyone to the Drippin' G podcast. I'm your host Uncle G, and with me is Host Your Media Gaming. For this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. You also become a member of this podcast, get extra podcast content every single month. Make sure to leave us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify to let us know how terrible we are. You can say whatever you want. Be as negative as you want. I don't care. Just don't break terms of service and leave 5 stars. That's all I ask. All I ask. Drip, what do you ask? How you doing?
I ask for forgiveness for being late.
You were very late tonight. That's okay though. For the tattoo. But just don't schedule your tattoo appointments on Wednesdays.
The next one's on a Wednesday. And
we have a I'm not gonna reveal who yet, but we have a guest next time. You have a tattoo appointment.
Good. And I will make it back. Listen. Today was a lot of stuff that we did not anticipate happening. We were in the design phase more of anything. We will be in more of the tattoo phase next time.
Well, you know what else is important?
That's what he did today. He's like, let me just get the points that I need for reference next time. And it's basically what he did.
You know what else is important? Drip, you know what else is important?
What?
7 days until the launch of Switch 2.
That is important. That is exciting.
Very exciting.
I can't believe we're finally here. I cannot believe
we've made
finally
it. We've
this
come
close.
such a long. If you guys have been following this show for longer than a little while, you guys know how crazy this moment will be in a week. Drip and I started this show at this point over 4 years ago. I will say this too. One of the original Switch podcasts out there. It's still going. It's still going. We have not. Right. We've kept going. We're continuing to go. We have no plans on stopping.
We're not stopping. Can't stop. Won't stop.
Exactly. And we have all the thanks to you guys for being here, for allowing this show to keep going, because we can just talk all we want to ourselves in Discord, but it's going live and people being here and watching and listening on audio platforms and all those things that keeps the show going. And next week is going to be a culmination of everything we've talked about. Because we started talking about Switch 2, Switch Pro, when the show started 4 years ago. You know what I mean? It's been something this has literally been 4 years in the making. I might cry. Not tonight.
Oh, dude, it's going to be crazy.
But I might cry at some point.
I'm sitting here thinking about, I've been thinking all day, what video am I going to do this week? I know what it is. I gotta do a video on my favorite things of all the things for the Nintendo Switch. Gotta do my favorite things. All of them. I got a title
Nostalgic.
Oh, super clickbaity title coming.
Oh, yes.
It's spicy too.
The clickbait army is gonna love that.
Yeah, they're coming out. They'll come after me. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you guys since you're here. I'm gonna call it my last Nintendo Switch video ever. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Make them squirm, Drip.
Actually, you're gonna make another video after this one. Don't lie. This is your last video.
On the Switch 2.
Did I do a good impersonation of the idiot commenters who comment all the dumb things that, of course, it's not his last Switch video, and you're dumb to even suggest that it's clickbait to be cut? Come on, guys. Have you ever seen
but it will be. It actually will be my last Switch video.
Have you ever read any article on the internet ever? The newspapers. This shit started 200 years ago. How old are newspapers? Okay, Google. How old are newspapers? Hold on.
They're years old. I'll tell you that much.
Hold on. Okay, it's a long answer. 1866. Is that what I heard? Okay, Google, stop.
Yeah.
It's been a really. Okay, Google, stop. It's been a really long time. Is my point?
Yeah, 1866. That's a good year too.
And newspapers have been doing that stuff well before the Drippin' G podcast has. So just so you know, and at Full Metal, the ultimate actually who knows everything in the chat. By the way, happy early birthday to Full Metal. By the way. Happy birthday, sister. Hope you have a great day. Actually. But yeah, no, they're much longer than that. I didn't hear I heard the 66 part. I didn't hear what the year was, so it probably is earlier than that.
Yeah,
the point is that, the headlines and clickbait, if you will, there would be no such thing as media without clickbait. If you didn't have a catchy title on your newspaper and or even a good photo whenever those came into existence next to newspapers, your newspaper wasn't getting bought. And it's the same idea. There's no difference here. If you don't have a good title, and not lying, nobody's lying. If they are lying, then they're the ones you need to go after. We're not lying.
I'm not lying. It's
just
gonna be my last Switch video.
we're trying
ever.
to catch your attention and do it like riding this very thin line we have to walk across. It's a hard job. You got to walk this line because you can't go too far on the other side because then no one will watch. But then you go too far over, or even if you walk the line, people are going to attack you. Point it anyway. Done on that.
Yeah, it's a hard job. You know what else is a hard job, Jeeb?
What's that?
Making a Pokemon game.
Oh, drip.
You can tell by the state that they release in.
You're not wrong. You're not. Trust me, drip. You're joking, and I know what you mean, but like, trust me, it probably is a very hard job for these developers. I feel bad for a lot of these developers. Like, it's not that. If they had their choice, they would be making much better games. There's no way you choose to make a crap product.
100%.
I choose to
I feel like they're.
I choose to think of game devs like musicians, and like, you know, of course, if you're a musician, you have to make a quick song or whatever. You're not gonna choose to make it shit. You know, maybe it has limitations because how quickly you're doing it, but you're crafting something from your skill set, and you don't want it to be bad.
Have a shitty guitar.
It's
maybe
your boss.
Playing on a shitty guitar.
That too,
and,
but like, it's
their
their boss.
You can't do a guitar solo because the strings are 90 miles off the fretboard, and it hurts to even push them all the way down.
Right. The point is,
that's basically what Game Freak does with the Switch.
It's Game Freak's
playing
fault.
a really shitty guitar.
It's their boss's fault, not their dev's fault. But it is a hard job. But anyway, we have Pokemon news, guys. Pokemon Presents has been announced for July 22nd. So we can speculate what's going to be there. We will in a second. We'll also tell you that Pokemon ZA, which will be in that direct, Presents, I should say. Pokemon ZA got a date. We have an official date on Pokemon ZA, and that is going to be October 16th.
Cool.
So October.
I didn't know that.
The October game is October. Notably, Drip, it's not November, where a lot of Pokemon games typically do launch.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not November, and I believe that's for a reason. It's for a reason. We'll get to that.
We'll get to
that. We will, Drip.
Do you think that we will actually see ZA running on a Switch 2? Will we see a Switch 2 version of this game at this Presents, or will they keep showing us the same footage?
No, we'll see. We've already seen this game in Switch 2 footage.
Have we? They showed it to us?
Yeah, we've gotten multiple trailers.
That shows you how much I pay attention to Pokemon.
That's okay. We have seen.
They've shown us what it looks like. Okay, is it good? Get me up to date on this because I'm way far behind.
You know, Drew, I wish there was more to go over, but there's really not that much to tell you other than we've seen the Switch footage and we have seen the Switch 2 footage. We've in fact seen them side by side, and the only difference is frame rate and resolution. Particularly, no difference in textures, lighting, no HDR support, none of that. You know what I mean? Like no. Even for Metroid Prime to Metroid Prime 4 to Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 version, they did fix the textures a bit.
The textures are a bit better.
Like they did go back in.
Better, but they are better.
They added HDR. They went back in and touched the game up, other than just resolution and frame rate. Although both of those things are better. Much better. But Pokemon, they didn't do a damn thing. And actually, before the show started, I actually did watch a few minutes of Arlo's latest video. Topic Arlo or Arlo, I'm not sure. But he talked about the fact that, we weren't, of course, we're not going to expect Pokemon Company to do anything more than the bare minimum, right? Right? Because that's literally all this is. And my biggest fear might come true is that, for example, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, those are also frame rate and resolution upgrades. So that our dreams are crushed for better textures, because that's not what's going to be. If ZA's not getting better textures, that Scarlet and Violet is getting better textures. So,
oh no, I never thought it was. Though.
But my hope is that they'd fix the game because it's broken.
I think
with a capital B.
They're only going to make it run acceptable. I would imagine.
It's gonna be a smooth 60. I don't think it's gonna be a bad. I think it's gonna be a smooth 60, and it's gonna be a nice resolution. Whatever it's 1440p or 4K, who knows? That's gonna be the greatest debate here in Switch 2 era. Is the game 4K or is it 1440? But it's gonna be a good. Performance is gonna be fine. That's not the issue. Performance is only a small issue with Scarlet and Violet, and will be ZA. The main issues are the glitches. And that we've known now that they're not fixing the damn thing.
Violet.
It's Scarlet and Violet. And we know they're not fixing any of the glitches. And hopefully the glitches weren't there to begin with. We'll find out when the game launches, of course. We'll see the Switch version versus
I
Switch
do
2
have a
version.
little bit of information on that,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
So I remember whenever I was doing all that research on Mario Kart World and all the stuff we were looking at when they showed us that little bit, and I was like, oh, I saw another guy, another video from that same guy talking about the Pokemon stuff. And he said some of the stuff that causes those glitches is because there are things running in the background where the game has to make a decision what to take out in that scene so it can run correctly. And sometimes it chooses the wrong thing. And that's why the glitches and stuff happen. So if they don't have to run that thing anymore, so they don't have to pick, you know what I mean, which thing to take out, that could solve all the problems. So it is possible.
This is all TBD stuff. We really need to wait and see.
We're gonna we'll know next week.
We're gonna know next week.
We're
gonna know next. Well, yeah, we're gonna know next week as far as Scarlet Violet is concerned. But ZA is gonna be TBD for a little while here. But yeah, so that's interesting. Otherwise, moving on to the presents. Do we see Gen 10? We're kind of waiting for Gen 10. Does anyone care at this point? Does anyone even care? Answer it in the chat.
You know I don't.
In the comments down below. Does anyone even care? Like, you guys got to know I'm a big fan of Pokemon, and Scarlet and Violet reinvigorated my fandom. But at the same time, while it brought me up, it brought me right back down after all of these issues kind of arose. And then they straight up lied to us and said they were going to fix things, and they didn't. And their cop-out is, well, we did fix some things, but you didn't fix the performance and the glitches. The game is broken.
Yeah, you didn't fix the things.
Right. Like you fix some of them. You fix some of them, but you did not fix nearly enough of them. Like if you have a broken door and you fix it somewhat, does that mean that you fixed the door, or is the door still broken? If it doesn't close and lock, it's still broken. It
shuts, but then it doesn't open again.
that too. So
like
the game is not fixed. They lie. They did lie to us. I will die on that hill as well. They lied to us. It's not fixed. So anyway, doesn't care about Gen 10. I'm sure there will be diehards, Pokemon fans that will care, but you know,
diehards.
I think again we'll know more next week and when ZA comes out. But I'll tell you this much: if the glitches are still there and all of the issues are still there, I will not forgive them, and I will not buy.
I mean,
any
that's
Pokemon
super. That will be super
fixed.
frustrating. If we, I mean, it's gonna be bad. If they put out this new game on Switch 2 and it's still a problem. Because, I mean, it looks to me from what I've seen from people who know what they're talking about, not that I do, but people that I have watched on the internet who seem to know what they're talking about, most of the problems with the old Pokemon games were the hardware limitations. And that they were just trying to push it too much, and there was too much going on, and they weren't optimizing it. You know, they couldn't optimize it enough to work correctly. And the Switch 2 headroom should fix that. I mean, so we'll hope and pray that happens for Pokemon fans. But Gen 10, honestly, I don't know exactly how they schedule their stuff. I mean, I don't follow it that closely, but I feel like
once a year
with
typically.
ZA coming out in October, we know that now. I feel like it's too early for Gen 10. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe Pokemon fans could chime in here and let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like it's too early. Like they'd want to wait a little bit further into like the cycle of ZA and the press for that before they start pushing something bigger and newer.
Tripper, this is a special moment for us. I'm gonna highlight something that you're not gonna like. This is a special moment for us, guys. We have our first troll in the live chat in a long time.
Oh yes.
We have the troll.
Laughing stock.
Hey, Glowgar, if wherever the fuck your name is, if you think that bothers me in the slightest,
Jar?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. And that's hilarious that you're wasting your time coming in here thinking that you're gonna make everybody, all 21 people hanging out right now, you're gonna change their mind. You're gonna run in here and go, this Switch 2 laughing stock. Yeah,
Jeeb, I agree. Mine changed. I'm not buying this. I'm canceling my pre-order. Actually, you should too. Laughing stock.
Actually, you got me. We're gonna delete the channel, so we're gonna see you guys never. Bye. Get out of here with that nonsense. You're only helping us.
Game says, "Step aside. I'm the only troll that's allowed."
That's right. We have our own troll. Get out of here, other troll. Anyway, okay, moving on here. And by the way, Atomic Man, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you here live. Game release predictions. strip. This is my own. This is actually not mine at all. This is completely unoriginal. I stole this from Kit and Krista. I'm just being
nice.
upfront. Just being
Okay,
upfront
well,
with
before
you
you
guys.
do that, can I just give you the one thing I think?
Oh yeah, sure.
Because I haven't got to see anything yet. In my brain, the next thing to come out for Pokemon is another remake of some old game. Like, I don't know what gen, but one of the gens they haven't remade yet in like a 2D type of thing, like they have been. I feel like that's like a gimme. I feel like that's what's next.
Yeah. That's
Or
not a
is it
bad
not?
thought. No,
Is
it's
that
not.
not what's next?
No,
What was before ZA?
Scarlet and Violet.
Okay, then yeah, remake time.
Yeah,
Remake time.
I think you're right on. I think that could definitely happen. Whether that's the plan now or the plan later, like I'm hoping that they're waiting to release the Gen 10 because Pokemon ZA, while it's a Switch 1 game, they're taking their time also, well, arguably taking their time to work on it for Switch 2. So that is taking some of their time up. So we want them to wait. We don't want them just to pump out stuff. We know this. We don't want them to pump stuff out. So we want them to take their time. So hopefully you're right in that there's a remake coming soon rather than Gen 10. I think, we had those rumors that White and Black was going to be remade.
Shit, I have no idea.
was
You're asking the wrong guy.
It was recently that I think it was White and Black was rumored to be re-released as a remake.
Dude,
I don't know. I think
Mad in the chat. New Pokemon Snap. Let's go.
Hey,
Give me that.
that'll
Give me
look
another
so good.
Pokemon Snap.
can we just
please.
can we get an update for Pokemon Snap so I can finally buy it and play it in in a little?
Oh, I love
amazing?
that game.
Can you
Listen,
imagine?
talk about Pokemon games that are just like the most fun ever. That is it.
Yeah, it's a good.
I
That's a good one.
loved that game.
Never played it, but I loved watching you play it, and I feel like
Oh,
that's
man,
a good
I
enough
loved it.
experience. Watching a professional
man, it was
photographer
so
play
good.
a photography game was like I couldn't do it better
Dude,
myself.
I loved it. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun game. I'm not gonna get into. Never mind. They don't like you to take good pictures. They like you to take
Yeah,
good for their weird game algorithm pictures.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
are
And- no,
fucking
you-
terrible. but-
And you're right. I mean, if I watched you play it, you could tell they want you to hit it dead on in the middle of the screen. It's like that's not always
and as
what.
big as you can without getting
Yeah.
anything cut
Yeah.
off at all. That's
Right.
basically the game. Yeah.
And you could intentionally take bad photos, but the game would think they were good photos. And yeah,
Right.
I remember.
But when
all
I
that.
took a banger, it was like, meh.
right, it's like guys,
Meh.
this one
I'm
the
like,
ears are
fuck
cut.
you. It's great.
His ears are
I
cut off
know
in
it
this
is.
one. His ears are cut off, but you think it's better than the one that's perfectly whatever. Moving on.
Yeah,
So,
how about the one where it's like he's sitting by the tree down in the corner and the light's shining in front? Like, whoa, yeah, that's a terrible picture. You're right, because he's too small. Fuck you. God, give me a new Pokemon Snap that actually runs off of the rule of thirds. Can I have that?
And that's not even
That
like
would be great.
people should know that by now. Rule of thirds is like a thing. Like
That is like the basic photography rule.
how to upgrade
That's it.
your photography for your phone. Rule of thirds, man. Rule of thirds.
That's it. Yeah, dude, you're killing it. You're better than 90% of people on Instagram if you just use the rule of thirds.
Moving on.
Learn how to use it, then you can break it. Then you're on your way.
Stealing
Right.
Kit and Krista's idea here, and I added in my own. We're just going to talk about the releases that are known, right? Well, some are known, some are not. So we'll get to it. So Donkey Kong comes out July 17th. We know that.
Yeah.
It's coming out. So July is covered for Nintendo. August, there's a question mark. We'll get there in a minute. September, not confirmed. Just to be clear, not confirmed, but could be in a few weeks when we potentially get a direct, which is rumored that there could be a direct somewhat soon. After
we talked
before,
about this last week too.
I don't think we did. We did not actually. We didn't talk about this.
Who did I talk to that about?
Not me.
Talk to about.
Not me. But there's rumors that there could be a Switch 2 direct the same week or soon after the Switch 2 comes out. TBD on that. We'll see when that happens. But I suspect that whenever the direct happens, it's going to happen in July at some point, or June or July. Whenever
I
that
feel
does,
like June.
whenever
We
that
talked
does-
about it on Mike's podcast, and then I
Maybe.
brought it up last week that we talked about it on Mike's podcast.
maybe I could be forgetting all
yeah,
of that.
I
But
said I was talking about end of June. They can still do Switch 2 at the beginning of June, direct at the end. But
Anyway,
go ahead,
yeah.
continue. Sorry.
Anyway, Metroid Prime 4, I think, is a solid September title. I think that could be a really good. It's ready, right? I mean, it's got to be ready, right?
I mean, I would say from what I played, it seems to be damn ready.
First of all, they announced the game in 2017. We know they started over in 2020, 2020?
Yeah. No, they're ready.
2019?
They've said a year.
The game has been
They've said a
baking for
year.
so long. Like, it's got to be ready.
Well, they told us a year, and I don't think they told us a year in the way they told us a year with like Tears of the Kingdom and then had to move it. I think they told us a year because they were like, yeah, Switch 2, this is the year. It's happening. We got 2025. September.
Might be early, but I don't know. Depends.
Maybe the Pokemon game's not in November because Prime 4 is November.
Well, again, don't ruin this for me. Because I want this to be, you're probably right, but I want this to be the case because then, of course, October is ZA, but then November. Hey, Drip, what's the November game? It's winter. November is winter. No, it's not, but you know.
It's not.
But you know, it's technically winter.
It's not winter.
Are they seriously not going to put this game out this year?
I'm telling you right now.
Are they not putting this? Are they not putting this game out this year? Are you? You're telling me I got all that excited and they're not going to put this game out this year? I'm going to lose my goddamn mind, Drip.
Listen, I'm telling you right now.
Last night, Abby tells me I'm so excited to play Age of Imprisonment.
Next March. It will be next March. I imagine.
No. What's going to happen is Metroid Prime is September, ZA is in October, and November is Age of Imprisonment. That's what's going to happen. Don't ruin this for me. This is what's going to happen.
A whole lot. But then again, the first year of Switch was just a year of bangers.
Drip, hold on. Something's coming out in November. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no holiday game.
3D Mario. Announce it at the Direct later in the month. What are you talking about? Yeah.
I'm looking at Drip right now.
Perfect.
Here's what I think is going to happen. I'm making a bold prediction. We need a bold prediction button. And we need somebody our person who's designated to write these things down, write this down. We need a bold prediction button because I have a bold prediction.
That's it. I already got it.
My bold prediction for 2025 is there is no word of 3D Mario. Not coming out. No.
You think they're going to go
word.
You think they're going to go the rest of the calendar year?
Yeah.
The year of their new system launch and not talk about their tentpole franchise.
I think there's a better chance we hear about Zelda than we do about 3D Mario. If the game was coming out this year, they would have already been working on it. And by the way, they've had 8 years to work on it. So if they've been working on it and have something to show, and they would have to have something to show by 2020 by the first Switch 2 Direct we had. If it's coming out this year, right? It just makes sense.
Not necessarily.
Why would they not even show us a little sizzle reel of it, running on the Switch 2 hardware, like in those graphics
we already had 2 really big games they want to make sure that we're buying. We got Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World. They have to sell us those first, and then
I'm not saying
when they know we've got all the pre-orders in for both of those at the end of this month, they're going to be like, bam, Mario Odyssey 2.
It's not going to be called Odyssey 2. That's a Zelda sounder. It's not
Odyssey 2.
That's the Price is Right sounder.
Either way.
This is my bold prediction. I just feel like I could be wrong. I probably will be wrong, but guess what? This is my boat. I'm floating on it, and I'm telling you right now. Maybe not maybe they will talk about it, but because it's the 40th anniversary, it'd be kind of ridiculous if they didn't. But I feel like it's ridiculous that they didn't already. But anyway, I digress. I feel like there's no it's 2026. Odyssey is 20. In fact, it could be the holiday game of 2026. Because there's no Zelda next year either. So what's going to be the big one
next year? I mean, from what I'm seeing now, Ocarina of Time remake's getting some hype. That's real. Maybe a holiday game for next year.
Yeah, I love this title, by the way, Mario Twodyssey. Mario Twodyssey.
Twodyssey. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo will do that. They might. Who knows? Hey, we got a new Nintendo on our hands. They called it the Switch too. Who knows? They might call it
Super Mario Odyssey. What if they just rub it in our face? Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh. If they just called it Super Mario Odyssey and then they didn't call it the Super Switch 2.
Yeah.
Assholes.
I know. They're just gonna be like, haha, we know you wanted it, but we're not gonna give it to you. And Anyway, yeah, I just, man, I have such negative thoughts about the next Mario game, 3D Mario game. I just feel like I know they have to sell Donkey Kong and all these other games right now, but there's just no good reason I can come up with other than that. Why they couldn't just show us a little, not even a trailer, just like when we saw the second of Mario Kart for the first time when in January. Like we could have,
they did that. We could Switch One.
We could have saw a second of Super Mario Odyssey 2, just a second of it. You know, but there has to be something to show, right? Right?
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but they just didn't want to. But listen, first couple years of the Switch were crazy as far as games go. I mean, think about it. Think about it. They could go nuts this year. Year one of the Switch 2 at this point could be Mario Kart at launch, Donkey Kong the next month. Who knows what we have in the summer? Then we get, I don't know, let's just say Metroid Prime in September, ZA in October, and then maybe a Mario.
AOC.
Maybe a Mario
or
game
AOI,
in November.
Excuse me. Not a politician. AOI.
Just
Age of Imprisonment, November.
I got you. I don't think that's coming this year. All I'm saying is that would be an insane release schedule for the first year, and they did that type of thing with the Switch 1. I would expect that they saw what that did for the sales
Listen,
and what
Drip,
it did to boost the system. I feel like they're going to want to do that again.
It gets really cold in November in Chicago. It gets really cold. It gets in the 20s in November. It's winter, damn it. It's winter.
They call it the Windy City.
Do you know what I learned something about from a local Chicagoan recent? Well, not Chicagoan, but close to it.
Why they call it the Windy City?
Yeah. So like, I think they're kind of sort of wrong about it. Not wrong, but like, it's not just this. The person made it sound like, oh no, it's not because it's windy. It's because of this. But I'm pretty sure it's both. Especially when you Google it, it does say both. But I didn't know what the other one was. So do you know it's the Windy City because it's obviously very windy. Either. The wind's coming off of the lake, of course, Lake Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
But that's the one everyone thinks. And there's another one though. The Windy City because of and this is how they described it, the talk of the politicians, like wind coming out of their mouth, but no action. There's a very weird political history in Chicago. If you didn't know, you should look it up. There's probably a lot of good YouTube rabbit holes you can go down.
I don't have a lot of Chicago lore.
There's like the past like 5 Chicago Illinois governors, and actually I think Chicago mayors as well. But Illinois governors, they're like all fucking jail, dude. There's like 3 Illinois governors in jail right now. There's something like that. Something at least 2. Actually, one. I think one was pardoned recently by a man who shall not be named. But yeah, I could be wrong about that too. But I know there's talks about it. But
here's a fun thing. Since you're talking about your neck of the woods, I'm going to give you a quick little nugget about not my neck of the woods.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, West Virginia is called the Mountain State.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're about to tell me because you've told me before.
Do you know that there is not a piece of land that hits the elevation in West Virginia high enough to be considered a mountain?
That's wild to me. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It's
not
the mountain state
high enough in the state to be considered an actual mountain.
You have
hills.
You have not a single mountain, yet you're the mountain state.
We are the mountain state, and we have no mountains. Not one actual mountain. Lots of hills.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? If you live in Philadelphia or like close to, especially near New Jersey. I mean, mainly Philadelphia because it's still Pennsylvania. You're going to the beach all the time because the beach is just a short drive away. But there's no seas in Pennsylvania. There's nowhere. Is there a sea? So you can't go to the ocean in Pennsylvania. You have to go to New Jersey. But if you're living on the coast of, I should say the edge of Pennsylvania, you're actually really close to the water. Just full fun fact is it's the East Coast, but there's no East Coast. There's no East Coast. There's no coast. in Pennsylvania.
Geography by Drip and G. You're welcome.
Even though I went to the beach all the time because it was like an hour away from me, but it's in another state. Fun facts are over. Speaking of fun facts, I'm going to make more people mad right now. Game key cards, guess what? They still suck.
They do still suck. They've always sucked.
People say they're not any worse than codes in the box. I don't mean to. I've had people I respect say that. I don't want to offend you. Please, I'm just making a joke. But I'd say they're not worse than codes in the box.
I'd rather have a code in a box, actually.
I would rather code in a box. And guess what? The latest, not rumor, confirmed. The latest confirmed information is that one of the game key cards, a really big one, a launch title, is a game key card, but also a code in the box. It's a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1, folks. I'm pressing this button a lot tonight. You can't hear this.
But not even the way you want it to be. It's not like, oh, you can either use the code or use. No, it is separated.
And
the DLC part,
So
is the code.
Drip and I have decided that we're going to talk about this tomorrow morning on our weekly extra episode that we do every week. So we're not going to dive into this very much right now. We will dive into it more tomorrow morning. So make sure to stay tuned tomorrow. That'll be Thursday, May 29th. For those of you listening on our platforms, there should be a YouTube video out where Drip and I go into this discussion in length. This could be a very long extra episode. I don't know. It depends how much I yell about it.
Oh, it's gonna be long because I'm gonna give my entire spiel again on why everybody should already be all digital.
Yeah, this is going to.
This is a great reason why right here.
It's gonna be a very short segment, but I have to restrain myself a bit here because I want to just lay into this right now. But again, tomorrow morning I have something to look forward to here. But for now, we'll just tell you what the facts are. The facts are is Street Fighter 6, a game coming out for Switch, doing a launch game that people are looking forward to. It's been a long time since there's been a Street Fighter game on the Switch that hasn't been just like an old game ported. Okay, Street Fighter 6, the physical edition, comes with the game key card and a code in the box. That code in the box represents the DLC you're going to get. The DLC expires in 2 years. As of
now, is it 2 years from the release date of the game?
I don't think it matters all that much.
So June 5th
around,
in 2 years.
Around 720 days, somewhere around there, which is wild. So obviously those copies of games that are sold 2 years from now are going to have a piece of paper in there that's useless. But that's not the worst part. It's a bad part. And it all culminates to the same issue. But the worst part about it is that the digital version is $40 and the physical the quote physical version that's not physical in the slightest is $60 USD.
More reason to buy digital.
20.
We'll talk to you about that tomorrow, though.
20 more bucks just to get fucked.
Yeah. Into booty hole.
We're not a family show. And we'll talk about it tomorrow. And it might get spicier tomorrow. Let me tell you. I don't know. I'm going to have to bleep.
We'll talk about
I
that
might curse so
tomorrow.
much I might got to bleep it. But the Switch 2 tomorrow, the Switch 2 right now, currently is in the wild. It's out there. Randos of the internet.
It's the only animal I had. Sorry.
Bob
You're
Blucher.
the wild animal.
Blucher. I got to get you that sound. If you're going to play the horse, you got to play the Blucher and then the horse sound effects. That's from Young Frankenstein, one of my favorite movies of all time. Blucher. Thank you. Have you seen that movie before?
No.
Next time I see you, got to watch that movie.
Okay.
Okay. Switch 2's in the wild, the retail box, and as well as the accessories and all the things. The things, they're out there. Of course, what was it? About 2 days ago, we started seeing that retailers or people were employees of retailers were posting photos of their stock rooms.
Locked cages.
Cages. Not even locked cages. And some
of
it's
them
like
were
just the
shelves.
stock rooms and the shelves.
Some of them were.
We saw one where it was in Target where there were Switch 2 units stacked up in this locked cage out on the retail floor.
Yeah. They were probably trying to move into the back. They were like moving things around, trying to get them back there. I'm sure.
I worked retail before. I could see how it could happen. It's just wild to me that it was out there long enough for someone to take a photo
Zero
of it.
fucks given.
Exactly. Like you just and the cage wasn't even locked. If you look at the photo, it wasn't unlocked.
Well, that's the thing,
cage.
though. You have
the
to think
padlock
about this,
was there,
though.
but it was unlocked. Like anyone could have walked.
You and
over.
I, and the people watching this and listening to this show, see that and they're like, "Holy shit, that's crazy." But Joe Blow, who works at Target, doesn't give a fuck about the Switch 2. Doesn't know that is something he should not have out in the middle of the. He's like, oh yeah, it comes out. Like people just get it. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like no, they don't care. They don't realize that it's like, oh, we shouldn't have these out here just sitting.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I do get it. I get it. You know what I should do? I told you. I think that guy that works at my Target. I think he knows who I am.
Mhm.
I'm telling you. I think he knows. I should go in there and be like, hey.
You want to show me one?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Huh?
This is a very visual thing. Sorry, audio listeners. So that's pretty funny.
Sorry. Yeah. They get it. They know. They know. Wink,
Yeah.
wink. Point to the back. You know, what do you think? Yeah. 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 We'll go grab one of those for me. A little extra something for you. Huh?
Yeah.
Money. I'm not talking about anything weird. Money. But who knows? I mean, maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll go out there. Be like, hey, bud.
That reminds me, I didn't have this in the notes, and this is actually what inspired this video to begin with. I completely forgot about this. Beat 'em ups was on Twitter a couple days ago. Excuse me. And Beat 'em ups stirred a controversy up that had the internet going wild. At this point, I don't know what the tweet has, probably over 10 million views. But Beat 'em ups actually had a good point. So if you look at the Switch 1 box and the Switch OLED's box specifically, and then the Switch 2's box. Now, I'm not putting on screen, but you guys, you know at home what they look like. Just imagine them. There really isn't a big difference between the two, except for the giant 2. And that's my first reaction was, oh, well, because Beat 'em ups is saying, call me crazy. Excuse me, I got belches now.
Oh, that's what you sent me Monday night.
Yeah,
okay.
It would Beat 'em ups like, call me crazy, but the Switch 2 box might get the normies a little confused. I mean, paraphrasing.
I know. And go ahead.
And my first thought was he's crazy. There's a giant 2 on it. If someone
there's a giant
if someone makes that mistake of buys the wrong unit or whatever, that's on them because there's a giant 2 on it. It's not like anybody's. It's not Nintendo's fault. That's my first reaction. Then I saw
my reaction right now. Yeah.
Then I saw N64 Josh had a great idea, and I stole his idea. He asked his parents, showed them the photos, and said, "Hey, what do you think?" And they got it right, I believe, but it was they knew which one was the new one, but they were like, yeah, a mistake could be made here, and then I was like, I saw his idea. I'm like, let me ask my family. So I asked my whole family. Got to find the thread here. That's not the right thread, but I asked my family. Like I asked you guys a little social experiment here. Showed them the Switch 2 and the Switch OLED box. And I won't go through the entire details here. The point or the big thing to take away is that they all identified the new product. They all identified that the Switch 2 was the new product with hesitancy. They're like, there's a 2 on it, so it must be the new thing. But I'm looking at this OLED box, and that looks like a newer product to me. And my uncle, who is in tech and computers, and he's lifetime guy, knows everything in the know.
Uncle Jeeb.
That's right. My actual uncle, was like, he's in tech and noticed the OLED, and he's like, then he started second guessing himself because he's like, wait, that box says OLED on it. I know OLED's a better technology, and that one doesn't say OLED on it. So he actually changed. I think he changed his. I go back, but he was confused at that point when he saw that. I'll give him the credit. I know he called the right one at first, but he was confused and undecided after he saw the OLED in the box, which is completely fair.
Damn.
And some of my other family members were like, "Well, that other product looks better." Then talk about the OLED because you could see in the box it's more colorful. There's a color. The screen is shown on the OLED box. There's a little color on the screen. It's presented better, basically. So it's presented better. And it says OLED on it. They were like, we're pretty sure this is the new one. If we had to die in this hill, we'd guess the 2, obviously, because there's a 2 on it. But the one on the right, meaning the OLED, looked like a better product. Which, in a way, they're right. Because, of course, that was the original Switch's upgraded model that was presented to you as the better model. And the Switch 2's is the first edition of the Switch 2, kind of looks like that basic model. Kind of like when you look at the original Switch box, it's like, yeah, this is the original model of the thing.
Which is interesting.
The Switch 2 box might look a little bit, graphic design-wise, might look a little bit more.
Do you remember what I said about what I predicted would happen when the Switch 2 was released with the other Switches?
Remind me. I think I do, but
I said that I thought that they would end up taking the Switch OLED out of the equation. Like letting that one sell itself off and then only have the light, the regular, and the 2 to avoid that confusion right there.
Right.
But as we've gone on here, I haven't really thought about that being a confusion until just now that you're telling me all this, and like, holy shit, that really could cause a problem. Not only the fact that one is an OLED, and you're right, the screen is on the OLED. It looks better. It looks like, ooh, that's shiny. Like,
it's a bigger box. It's a bigger box too. You would never.
Why would you make them both red? Why would you make them both red? Like,
you never know that the Switch 2's box it has a way bigger, powerful product in it because it's a smaller box.
Oh yeah, because it's smaller. Because they put the Joy-Cons in it sideways.
And the screen takes up the entire real estate top to bottom. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We saw from the leaked photos.
Okay, that's, man.
One more thing here, just to cover, and I want to, my family's not morons. I just want to let you know that I gave them rules. The first rule was they couldn't use any Google, which obviously if you're in a store, you have Google to your access. So if somebody has a phone with them, even if they're confused, they can still Google. So I told them they couldn't Google. I told them that they may not like study the boxes. Like they could look at the box screens. They could like take a look and see left and right to simulate all these rules to simulate you're a grandma, someone who doesn't know anything about anything in a store. You don't want to use Google, can't use Google, and you're too dumb, if you will, for lack of a better term. You're too uninformed, I should say, to know the difference. So your studying doesn't make a difference. You're studying nothing. It both looks like nonsense to you. Yeah, those are the rules. I gave them those rules. Like, so I think if they were able to Google, main thing is Google, just look up, what is the newest Nintendo Switch model? That probably would have answered their phone, especially with AI these days. Google searches like AI, it would have gave you the correct answer. And obviously, they're all not grandmas who don't know what these things. They can look, and actually, that's unconfirmed because my uncle did look further. I told him not to, but he did look further and saw that the OLED was on there. So, again,
well, that fucked him up even more.
Right. But interesting results. Again, my first thought was, you're crazy, Wood. Like, there's a 2 on it, and everyone. And to be fair,
no. Until you told me this whole story, I'm thinking the same thing. Then I start thinking back. We had this conversation last year. Like,
we did.
Oh, it'd be way too confusing if the Switch 2 was out with the Switch OLED, and the Switch OLED's $350, and then this, and then they could make this one. Like, they're going to take this one away because they can't have 2 at the same price, but now it's not the same price.
And by the way, I didn't give them this rule, but I didn't tell them the price, so they didn't have the luxury of looking at prices either.
No price.
When I told them,
that makes a big difference.
I told them one was $450 though. Here's the interesting thing, really interesting. Again, I didn't reveal anything. I would just let them talk. I didn't reveal anything.
You said one was $450.
I said one was $450, one was $350. Which one do you think is for? They picked the OLED as $450. Even though they all said the new.
Think about it.
They all said the new product was the Switch 2 because the 2 on it with hesitancy, but they said without doubt.
$350.
But without doubt, they said $450 was the OLED model. Very
crazy.
Interesting.
It's really not though. When you really like take a step back and look at that situation, like from a different perspective, that does make sense. Everything you see in that situation, like that would make sense to just, if you didn't know, that's what you would think. That's crazy. More reason they should have just discontinued the OLED and just got that OLED word out of here. We're done with that smelly old OLED anyway. We don't want that crap.
So us in the know, all of us in this community who follow Nintendo Switch channels like ours, you know. And it's even more obvious because there's a 2 on it. And most people will still pick up on the 2, unless you're a grandma who is looking at the 2 boxes and is like, I see the color red and that's all I can see because I can't see anything. You know what I mean? So most people, they're not going to make that mistake because it's a 2, it's foolproof. However, you're going to cause some confusion though. That doesn't mean, just because it's foolproof, doesn't mean it's not going to cause a little doubt and confusion.
No, that's interesting. That's a much more interesting thing than I thought it was going to be when you first brought that up.
Yeah.
That is very interesting.
Family group chat is rocking. Yes, it was I said my brother-in-law and my sister were all excluded from this. I'm like, you guys can't answer. I know you guys know what's up, so don't say nothing.
I kind of want to do the same thing in my family group chat and just tell my brothers, like, you're not allowed. And then my younger brother's wife, you're also not allowed. Everyone else.
Do it, yeah. And I actually,
let me see what you say.
I call to action, all you listening right there. Go do this. Do this experiment and share with us your results. Please do. We will get back to it.
Yeah, I'm very interested to hear more results on that because that's I want to ask them what they think. Tell them the price of one is $350, the price of one is $450. That's the one I really want.
I would frame it the way I did it. I would first give them the information I gave them. The first thing I gave them was Here's box, the left box and the right box. That's how we deferred the differences, because that's what the picture that Wood posted. Left box, right box, and tell us, you know, give them the rules I laid out, and then throw them a little bone in. Oh, my phone camera turned on. Throw them that little bone in there, and say, by the way, guys, still a little wrenching here. One's 450, one's 350. Which one is it? And I think the way I did it was a really good way to do it.
No, that's interesting. Yeah,
so
I'm gonna do it.
Do it any way you want to, but you know, let us know the results. I think that would be incredibly interesting for like normies, or not even normies. Plenty of normies who play the Switch. It's just like people who just don't game. You know what I mean? Just like you know nothing about this. What do you think? So cool. That was impromptu. I forgot to add that in the notes, but that was supposed to be this episode's main thing, but this is not.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's
not
very interesting.
That's not what this episode's main thing is. The main thing for this episode is that we already stated that the Switch 2 is out there in people's hands in Mother Russia. Now, Blinker, Comrade Jeeb has already got his hands on the Switch 2 and has posted videos that have been taken. That video's already been taken down, and I thought it was funny too.
I did see this as I was sitting there getting my hand tattooed today. I was flipping through my phone in the other one. And I did see, I want to start with this because you told me something hilarious on the way home that I want to make fun of you for a little bit.
What did I tell you?
Because you're a nerd.
Uh-oh. I mean, guilty.
So I watched a video of someone turning the Switch 2 on and seeing the initial boot up screen, like what happened.
Yes.
And Jeeb said to me, is it bad that I didn't watch that because I wanted to be surprised? Fucking boot up screen. I mean, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, but dude.
I'm sorry.
Nerd.
I am a nerd. I said that it was weird. I know it's weird, but is it too weird?
It's fine. I'm giving you shit. Listen, I'm giving you shit.
And Jeff,
I wanted to see it.
Jeff is exactly. It's not because the boot screen is going to be fascinating. It's that it only happens once. You only get to see the boot screen, the setup process, the first time logging on, hearing the sounds. I didn't want to hear the sounds either, although the Nintendo app has kind of ruined that for me because I heard them already. But all these things, while they're small, it's an experience, and they only happen one time. Once you hear it,
I will tell
you can never hear it for the first time again.
You're right, and I like where your guys' heads are at, so I will tell you this. I will not spoil anything for you. I will tell you that it is slightly new, and there are some newer things.
I didn't want to know.
You will be slightly impressed with it. Not anything crazy, but you are saving yourself from seeing something new happen. So good job. You're gonna be happy in 1 week when you get to see it on your own.
I just get can I just say one more thing too? Like for me, I came in late. You guys know, Switch was already out and about in 2020. By the time I got my hands on one. Everything was new to me in 2020, but it didn't feel as special. The first new thing that was the biggest new thing I got to experience outside of Skyward Sword, because Skyward Sword was a new thing, but again, I was out and that was new, an old thing that was new. Was Tears of the Kingdom. Was the thing in the Switch era that I got
the big thing you were like excited about.
That was exactly. And I just remember the feeling of putting that fucking. Actually, I didn't put the cartridge in because we have the cartridge, but I kept it sealed because I'm a nerd.
Dude, let's be real about Tears of the Kingdom, though. That was years and years and years of hype. And that night, I mean, I think all of us who were hanging out on that final live stream, we were all losing it. We were all losing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a good one. If that was like your first, like, real good Nintendo experience of like a new man,
completely fresh.
You got the right one. That's for damn sure.
In my realm of fandom, like there's been other new things, but not really in my significant realm of fandom. Nintendo is or Zelda is. So that I just remember that feeling of like, man, that was so special, and I still will never forgive you of telling me about the deaths before I played the game because you decided to watch some leakers. And is it okay if I tell you? I said no. Is it okay if I tell you? No, Drip. Come on, man. Just let me tell you, it's not that big a deal. Fine, Drip. There's a whole nother map. What do you mean there's a whole nother map under the map? It's a huge thing. And you spoiled that for me, and I'll never forgive you for that. Your
Sorry.
silence is your guiltiness. And you just spoiled the boot thing for me too. You said there's something new I didn't know. It could be the same exact thing. Who knows?
Yeah, it is the same exact thing.
Anyway,
Actually,
thank you. All that to say is, I didn't want to be spoiled. I want this to be as fresh and new as possible, even though we've known what this thing looks like and does for the past, I don't know, 8 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
12 months, maybe close. No, we've known about this thing for a very long time. And
yeah. No, the hype is just as big for. I mean, bigger. The
Yeah.
hype's bigger. This is way bigger. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom was amazing. That was something we were super excited for
Right.
sure. But this is like. Not only is this the next Nintendo console, this is the next Nintendo console that we actually asked for.
Yeah.
It's the one we asked for. It's not the gimmick they gave us and sold us because look how cool we made it look. And, you've never seen anything do this. Like, no. Yeah, it's got mouse mode, but it's not that we've never seen before. A mouse has mouse mode. We've seen it. It's
Yeah.
cool that they put it in the Switch too. They just made it a better thing. This is big. This is huge. This is exactly where I wanted Nintendo to be since the Wii U.
yeah. And there's one big thing to talk about relating to this. So obviously we said it's already out in the wild, but you can't do anything with it. The guy who has a Comrade Jeeb over in Mother Russia, he can't do anything with it. And he showed in his 11-minute video that I did watch, and I skipped through the boot screen.
I wish I need a sound that says nerd.
Yeah. He did point out that, when you go to put a game in or when you try to download one of your games, it says you got to connect to the internet first to download an update. And
Yeah.
that means...
Do you remember last week? I did tell you last week there is that I heard that there's a day one patch for the Switch.
Right. And
it's supposed to have some performance stuff too, but it also clearly just locks you completely out of the system.
yes.
Not
So-
completely out. Not completely.
Not completely. No, you can use everything. The only thing you can't do is play a game
Well, go online because
or go online
stole.
because you just stole it. You not gonna do that.
Comrade Jeep does not care.
This causes an issue. The internet's kind of upset about this because let's say you bought a launch unit, you bought 2, in fact, and you plan on keeping one pristine sealed. When the day comes, 20, 30 plus years in the future, that thing gets opened up. Inevitably, it will be. It's a brick. Doesn't play games. When the servers are offline for Nintendo Switch 2 to upgrade the software, it's a brick. And some people are very unhappy about that. Question, Drip, anti-consumer, anti-preservation move by Nintendo, or smart?
That's a tough one. It's a tough one because there are obviously two sides to this coin. Depending on which side you kind of stand, what side of the line you stand on, I can see both ways. I see that. Like, in 30 years when you open up a Switch 2 and it doesn't work. I mean, yeah, that kind of sucks. My question is, at that point, if you were buying a Nintendo Switch 2 30 years from now and paying whatever it is you paid for it, why the fuck are you even opening it and trying to turn it on knowing it's a brick? Don't open it. You know it's a brick. And plus, it's a brick because the servers are off already. I don't know. Like, these things at that point. So it's not like it's like a surprise, like, oh no, I bought this thing. And it's like a piece of history. But like, we already know right now, if you don't open it up and update it, that's a problem. And now I want to go a little further with this though. That's only going to apply, I would imagine, to the Nintendo Switch 2 units that are shipped out right now.
Yeah, launch units.
Not every single Nintendo Switch 2 will be like that. Once they're out and these new ones start shipping out, they won't come without the patch. The patch will be pre-installed into them.
It's
for sure.
Very specifically, we don't know this for a fact, but you can, based off of prior knowledges and our educated guess here, you can almost guarantee that it's really just this first batch of however many million units. And after
Gotten
that,
into the US and wherever,
after that, the units that are being made right now have currently being manufactured right now
are updated. Yeah,
those have the updated firmware. So there's nothing really to worry about
So
with
honestly,
those. It's just
in
these
my
ones here.
opinion, in my opinion, this is not anti-consumer. This is anti-theft, anti-asshole. I mean, that's all this is. It's anti don't fucking ruin it for everybody. That's all it is.
We're going to expand on that because I do agree with you. But there's one point I do want to take into account because I thought about this, and Jeff also brings it up in a chat here. He says, I don't like it. Huge swaths of the U.S. has no immediate internet access. And besides the U.S., other countries.
That's true.
Unless these other countries, is it just the U.S. that has this problem, or is it all over the world? I don't know.
I think it's all the units.
Well, the Comrade Jeep over there in
the
Russia.
ones in Russia.
Right,
Comrade Jeep
So,
has
yeah,
this issue.
Right, so it's got to be all the launch units, all the unlocked launch units that aren't the Japan versions. And so, yeah, I mean, and there's plenty of other places that people are buying Switches that in third world countries or whatever that just don't have the internet, or not even just third world, just other countries that don't have the same internet, widespread internet usage and access that we do here in the States. We're privileged with that. We take that for granted. But even like Jeff said, there are places in the United States that still don't have widespread internet access as well as the other countries. And for those people,
true, yeah.
for those people, this will be a problem. Although I will say
Bro,
this.
I live in West Virginia. Trust me.
I will say
know.
this.
I know where those
I don't-
areas are at.
I don't know for a fact, but even those places in the U.S. that don't have widespread internet access, don't they got a library? Doesn't that library probably have internet access in some way?
Somebody does.
Like
It's around.
it's
Even if
inconvenient.
your house doesn't.
It's inconvenient. You got to go somewhere to patch it. But
Yeah.
isn't there a place, even in the U.S. specifically, isn't
honestly,
there?
and I
even
gotta
if-
tell you this too. Is there a bank in the town? Because the bank has internet. Is there a
Starbucks?
gr-
Maybe not.
Starbucks?
Maybe not.
Any-
In these
any
rural
type
areas,
of
probably
place.
not. But
Okay, but there are places, truck stops, gas station. Literally, there's so many places that even have lots of public. A truck stop will have a public Wi-Fi that you can get on.
in the
There's so
this
many
is
places
U-
with public
U.S.
Wi-Fi access.
You're speaking of the U.S. Yes.
I am. U.S. I know there are other countries that don't have this, but again, that sucks. I know that sucks. That does suck. I would hope that Nintendo would at least take the measure to send one to these company or to these countries that already have the the right update, so they don't have to worry about that. Especially in these countries that don't have like internet like we have internet.
Ooh, that's a great point. Joey Pitts says, although these people are probably getting them shipped to their house anyway. But Joey Pitts says the store you bought it from probably does.
Yeah.
That's like
And
another
I bet
good
if you
point.
took it back and you were like, hey, doesn't work. What do I do? They'll say, it's fine. Connect it to the Wi-Fi here. You're on. You're good.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know it sucks, but dude, at the same time, it's like they're sick. I mean, listen, Nintendo is taking action. You got to give them this. You may not like it. You may say, oh, it's not game preservation or bad for consumers or this and that. But you know what?
Which are all valid points. Drip may be glossing over it a little bit, but I think I can speak for both of us when I say that those things are important. It's not like they're not important.
Yes, they
things.
are. Yes, they are. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you're Nintendo, like you don't have a good answer for people because they get pissed off at you if you do one thing, and then pissed off at you if you do another.
You can't
And
do
they're
it-
trying to do a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to do a good thing by, they're trying to keep you surprised at the home screen. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep you surprised. They're trying to keep everyone else surprised at whatever it is inside this Switch that we don't know about, that they don't want to be seen.
I got a point.
Maybe
and
it's nothing,
I got a point.
but maybe they don't want these games being shown before everyone has the opportunity to see them for themselves. They're doing the same exact thing, trying to fight scalpers by doing what they're doing on their website. But
Yeah.
people bitch about that too.
And you just hit
It's
the
like-
nail on the head. Where the point I was going to get at for this, it's along the lines of what you're saying here. This is all about game leaks.
Yeah.
99% of the reason the Switch 2 is locked has nothing to do with the unit itself. It's
games.
It's to
Yes.
prevent the games from getting out early. And this started. We can suspect, and I did suspect this, and this all started when we heard that there was no media outlets getting their hands on these things. The media tour happened last month in April, 2 months ago at this point. when it started, I should say, 2 months ago, when the the general public got to go see this thing in person and make their videos, but also they did invite the media outlets back then as well. That was their chance to review the Switch 2, see the games in action.
Yeah,
it's clear now, because we know now your favorite media outlet right now does not have this thing in their hands. Nobody does, except for
the rumor is that they're not sending them out. They're not. I mean, that could be wrong. That could be wrong. We could see, we could see Monday of next week.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. But we could also see Monday of next week IGN pop up with a video. Nintendo Life pop up with a video reviewing the Switch 2 that they've got. This could easily happen. And it could just been, NDA. Nobody's allowed to talk about it. This and that. That totally could be what's going on.
Of course it could happen. Just like a meteor could hit the Earth next week too. We never get to play Switch 2. That also could happen next week.
It could happen.
But
for me,
based off of the facts here of what we're seeing, all little nuggets of information I've got, I'm putting this together. They're not. The rumors are they're correct. They're not sending out review units.
I hope they are.
That's confirmed for the fact that this thing is locked without the day one patch that's coming out on June 5th. It specifically says that. So unless they're setting up media units that have the June 5th patch already on it,
yeah,
no one's playing this thing. And it's about the game leaks, because remember how Tears game was leaked? Remember how every Nintendo Switch game was leaked? You know why they were leaked?
Every single Nintendo Switch game
every string
like
led
about a week early.
Week early. Every leak that came out led back to one event. The leak came from a review unit that they sent out, and they're tired of dealing with it. And they're saying, and I think this might be a sign for the change of Switch 2 going forward, how they're going to deal with games. We might not see early game reviews. We might not see early game reviews anymore from media outlets.
Good.
This generation.
Great.
I
know
prefer
that
it
sucks
because I don't watch them anyway, because I want to play the game myself.
Yeah.
We'll
and you know what?
It'll be fine. They'll get their copies when we get their copies. The reviews will come out days after the Switch comes out, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'd rather that than the alternative, which is the games are going to leak 2 weeks early because they sent it to some guy in the IGN, the janitor in IGN, nipped it off the guy,
just ripping it on his laptop,
and ripped it on his laptop off with a what's the speaking of Comrade Jeep, the Russian Ripper tool,
the MIG switch.
Yeah. I mean,
okay,
good. And what were you laughing at? I didn't see it yet.
Jeff said, "Jeep, don't you go summoning a meteor, not again."
Take me now, Lord. Take me now.
Okay, yeah, that got me.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know. The press units, that's for me, good, wonderful. I love that because I know that sucks for like the average consumer. Yeah, that sucks. You're not gonna get a review of something, so you don't know whether to buy it on launch day. Probably gonna suck for Nintendo too if that's the way they're gonna do it. But you know who it doesn't suck for? Me.
The fans. Us who play the games.
For me. No, that too. Doesn't suck for the fans who don't want to be ruined and spoiled by it. You win too. But I win too. Because then I'm on an even playing field with those gigantic channels that get their reviews up 5 days before the game comes out. Now I actually have a chance to review the game right alongside of them instead of them taking every single view and then anybody else who wants to review the game, a week after it comes out, once you get a chance to actually play it. There's no sense in even putting a review out at that point. If you're a smaller channel, you don't have a chance. So for me, hell yeah. Keep them back. Don't let anybody have it. I'll review every single Switch game. All of them.
Yeah.
Selfish? Maybe.
I wonder if there's a special game key card they can send. Nintendo can send to reviewers. Very special one that only allows them access that's highly encrypted. I wonder how that could work.
Like a larger demo.
Yeah.
That only has that information on it. I mean, I'm sure it's possible.
Maybe they'll go that direction too.
Possible. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do. We'll see. I mean, think about it though. Think about that. Let's actually dive into this for a second.
Sure. Because
we're gonna know the answers to this stuff next week. That means if they don't send out review units, if actually nobody has a review unit, that means nobody will have a review out next week for Mario Kart World.
Yeah, if
There
we're
will
right.
not be a
If-
review.
I think we're right, and if we're right, yeah.
That's crazy.
We kind of, but we already kind of got them. Now we haven't gotten a real review, but we have gotten
Oh yeah,
reviews.
I mean, technically, hell, I put one out. I
Correct.
guess.
Yeah.
Technically,
yeah.
I mean, my first impressions of the game. But I mean, hell, that's all I could do with other games I wanted to cover like that. Metroid Dread, loved it. Wanted to cover it. Wanted to do a review on it. Couldn't.
I'll tell you right
I
now.
had to do it so fast.
Yeah.
I had to do it so fast so the video even had a chance of being viewed. So I got to do a first impressions video. And I started doing some of those. And I actually kind of like doing some of those, like, a couple days in or a day in, just really giving it like a good solid 6-7 hours. I don't know. If I can do a full review of these games and be right on par with everybody else trying to put them out, damn, man, that changes everything.
You know one thing, Drip? You're never going to beat Alex Switch Corner. That man,
he's the fastest motherfucker on the goddamn
working
planet.
with him, for the few months that I did, I learned things, and I also learned a thing about him is that man will not be stopped. That man,
No.
will. I don't know when he sleeps. I don't know when Alex sleeps. Alex, I'm sorry, I want to sleep sometimes. I don't know when he sleeps, but that dude, he goes to work,
Hey, all
and then
I'm
he plays
saying is
video
at that
games until
point-
early in the morning. He edits them, and then
At
goes back to
least
work.
at
When do
that
you sleep?
point, at least at that point, if it happens like that, the rest of us will have a shot to give our opinion and have it heard.
Yeah, for sure. But again, you're not going to beat him. He's going to get his review out, and he's going to tamp down your reviews.
He is.
Now
I know that'll happen.
he's going to be the biggest channel on YouTube now, Switch Corner.
Probably. That's fine. I'm just gonna have him start doing reviews on my channel too. I'm like,
Yeah, there
just
you go.
record your audio, and then I will just sit there and act like I'm
Hello,
saying it.
everyone.
And then
This
all of a
is
sudden I'll
Drip.
have a British
Drip.
accent.
Hello, everyone. Drip Media from West Virginia here. I'm
Yeah.
going to be talking about something. I think it's I'm
Yeah.
doing like Australian for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's not what he
No,
sounds like.
I can't. You know how I am with accents. I can do certain
That wasn't
impressions.
it.
I can do certain impressions like spot on sometimes, and then other times I sound like I'm the worst.
Yeah, there are sometimes you
Impressionist.
got a good Trump at some point. You are a good
Sometimes
Trump at
it's
some
all about
point.
the fingers. If you make two little fingers,
Listen, my
like this.
14-year-old daughter does one of the best Donald Trump impressions I've ever fucking heard. It is
Oh, I need to hear this.
absolutely hysterical.
I need
It
to
is
hear it.
hysterical. She's like, "We're looking into it. We're looking into it." She said, "Is that Kamala?"
No. Kamala. That's what they would get it wrong. They were like
Yeah.
Kamala.
Yeah, I just dude, it's just
Wait, no,
she's-
now I forget. What's her? Is it Kamala? Now I forget. It's been so long. That election feels like 14 years ago.
The point is,
Yeah.
my 14-year-old daughter is probably one of the best Trump impressionists I've seen.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I'll gladly give that title to her because I'm the best at it when I can actually do it, and that's not saying much.
Sometimes.
All right. So that's gonna wrap it up. That's what we got here. I'm tired. We started the show a little bit late, so we're a
I don't
little
have the
late.
button. Oh wait, I do. No, I
They're
don't.
very same,
That's a
but they're
different
also very different.
I don't have the
You missed an
umpire.
opportunity. That could have been you could have pressed that button for the box conversation.
Oh,
They're very same, but they're also very different.
They're
they
ve-
are.
They are. You're right,
Same,
Drip
same.
Media from the past.
Yeah, same, but different.
That's right.
Yeah. This is
You did
the
that
end of
again,
this show,
too.
but don't forget tomorrow morning there will be another pre-recorded show, and we are going to be talking about the game key cards, Street
Oh,
Fighter
God.
6 situation, all that great stuff. So make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel that you get subscribed and turn on the bell notifications so you can see that one as soon as it goes up tomorrow. Because Jeeb, let me tell you something about Jeeb. He is one fast motherfucker when it comes to us recording a video and getting that thing online. So,
Hey, thank you. You're saying that because your last video. I'm pretty
dude,
sure,
okay,
right?
whoa, okay, I gave Jeeb all the stuff from my last video, and I have to say it was edited masterfully as usual.
Thank you.
I think he got it back to me in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I was like, what the fuck? How?
It was less.
How?
It was less than 2 hours. It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go do other things and make sure I'm ready for whenever he's ready because I had to leave, and he's like, it's in the drive. I'm like, fuck you. No, it's not. No, it's not. I looked in there. I was like, holy shit.
When I tell Drip and most of my clients when I have them, I say, well, mainly Drip. I'm like, I'll get you the video within 48 hours. I always tell. Yeah. How many times, Drip, do you get a video in 48 hours?
It happens, but not that often.
It's usually
within 24.
Less than 24 hours. Typically.
Yeah, like within that range. Sometimes the same day.
Because
if I get it to you early enough, sometimes it's the same day. This one was weird though, because it wasn't. Well, actually, it was super early. I think I was texting you like, "Hey, it's in there."
Yeah. This was early. I happened to be up that early too, because I'm an hour behind you too. So I think it was like 9 o'clock when you sent that to me, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, I'm gonna take my shit and then go do this."
Yes, I'm glad you did. It was great.
From conception to I got that out quick. But listen, when I'm for hire. If you want to hire me, Uncle Jeeb. My new contact email, contactjeeb@gmail.com. Hit me up. Hit me up. I will edit your videos. Please let me edit your videos. I'm poor.
Speaking of that, we gotta strike a new deal. We need a new Jeep contract.
I know, guys. I'm trying to get Drip to sell me his Zelda OLED.
And I'm thinking about it.
Guys, but I did offer you 6 months. I did the math that I would be a moron to do that. So you're not getting 6 months out of me.
I should have taken it.
You should have when I offered it. You should have taken it because that's like $1,000.
You're not
that's
doing
like
that anymore?
$1,000 offer. Here's my unofficial official offer for the show purposes. I came up with this. I valued my work.
Wait, hold on. I have a number in my head. If you hit that number,
which number?
The number that I think that I would do it for.
How many months or money? What are you talking about? Months.
Months. But if you're talking months, you're talking 4 a month, right?
4 a month.
1 a week.
I had a number of videos.
You tell me your number of months.
A number of videos.
If you get it, I'll do it. I won't even question it.
So 4 months is 16 videos. I'm saying get 15 videos.
So less than 4 months.
If it's the deal breaker, I'll do the 16th video.
4 months was the number. We'll talk. God damn it. I just put that fucking OLED screen in there, man.
4 months.
But then
4
realistically,
months. 15 videos.
Listen, first off, this is going to
videos.
piss Power Matt off so much.
15
but,
videos.
Listen, the thing is, I know that thing is going to be a paperweight to me next week.
It'll be a paperweight to me, but a very pretty one.
But yeah, dude, it's all. Listen, that's not just an OLED screen in there.
Oh, you don't need to sell me on it. I'm making a terrible. Do you understand that it's your cost of the screen is $85. The system itself is $200. It's what we'll say $300. Be generous.
Sticks.
I'm offering you like a $600 value.
Okay. I can tell you right now, if you were to buy
$600 on my old rate, not my current rate, on my old rate. Do the math. I'm giving you my old rate for 4 months.
Yeah, that's, oh man.
15 videos is actually what it is. 15 videos is my old rate for 4 months. 15 videos. That's a good one, right? We're still live, by the way. We're still recording this episode. Just gotta think about it. He did. You guys heard him. You caught him live. He said if he hits my number, I'm taking it. And I hit his number. And
damn it.
Although 1 week off his number.
Okay, I can tell you this right now. If you found that with that OLED screen on it, and with those sticks done up as the limited edition.
I did forget about the sticks. That's like another
limited
15
edition
bucks.
Too. This ain't a blue ass Switch or a yellow ass Switch.
I see them all the time at GameStop and Walmart.
But you won't.
They're there.
You won't.
True, but you won't see any of them because the new one's coming out.
Right. So I could hold on to it, and I'm telling you, getting $600 for that thing would not be hard to do.
This would be a $600 value for you at my old rate. Don't ask me about my new rate. More than that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I did like that old rate.
You talk yourself. You're the one who talked yourself into the new rate too. Remember that?
You deserve it, man. Hey, no,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You deserve it. No, I didn't need talked into it. You deserve the new rate.
Thank you.
Fuck. Do I have to decide right now? No, I gotta.
No,
I gotta
you
sleep
don't.
on it.
Yeah,
I gotta
maybe
sleep
by
on
the
it.
time you get
We'll
off the call.
decide during the video tomorrow. During the video tomorrow.
Cliffhanger. I don't know if I can wait that
So that's
long.
a whole nother reason to watch.
Guys, it's been a long one. We appreciate you. If you're in the live stream, you're watching this video on YouTube, or listening on audio platforms, for all of you guys, no after show. We're going to see you guys next
But
week.
we are going straight to Dude's a Monster. And
Dude's
he's
a
playing,
monster. Yes.
He is playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 right now,
Indeed.
and it's his birthday.
Go,
So
go say hi to
there,
Dude. Go give him a follow.
Tell him happy birthday. Tell him we sent you. Enjoy some Battlefront 2. If you got the game, play with him. It's actually $5 on the PlayStation Store right now. So grab it up. Play with him.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I've been trying to buy.
$5.
I'm going to buy it right now. Shit. I've been trying.
$5.
I've literally been. I told you since 2 weeks ago I got those videos served to me. I've been waiting. I've been looking every day for a sale, so I want to get
He
them.
messaged me today.
Fuck yeah.
He bought it today.
Buy right now.
$5 in the
Buy right now.
PlayStation Store right now. He just he told me that this morning. So
We're getting.
Yeah.
I'm pressing this button and I'm buying Battlefront. We'll see you guys next week when
All
the
right, guys,
Switch
we'll see
2
you over there later.
will be in our hands later that evening.